Who are you?
Well, that's a yeah. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
Welcome to the right place. So today I'd like to share with you a conversation that I had with these two very wonderful, very interesting people that, decided to make a very drastic change in their lives. And though I can't share the entire conversation in one episode because it's just much too long, in this one, we kind of get a little bit of an explanation of what pushed them to make such a drastic change in their lives. Obviously, leaving a more or less conventional lifestyle and becoming these sort of nomadic silversmiths of the sea doesn't just happen out of nowhere. When I found them on the internets, I thought immediately, what? Why? Why would someone do this? What pushes someone to do something like this? Obviously, we all know that there are countless factors that could be significant enough to push a person to make this sort of change. And there are two sides to a spectrum, like something very positive or something very negative, and then there's everything in between. They share a little bit of how the change affected their lives. Obviously, this such a drastic change has to have an impact in how you live your life. So let's take a listen.
Well, we can start with your name.
Well, my name is Ola. I'm 57, I think. No, 58. See, I'm flying, and I've been working with a bit of everything: restaurant, sales manager, and sales for many years. But then I got tired of it, so now I'm here.
You bought a boat and you went on the water.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Hi, I'm Helen and I'm a silversmith. I'm working with jewelry and I have done this since I went out from university, College of Art, 98 I think. So since that I have been working with bigger jewelry and going around.
Mostly making jewelry?
Yeah, not now because we have the workshop on the boat, so everything get down to more normal size for people, I would say. I'm like 50 plus and this is what I have been doing for the most of my life. I have a couple of years, I worked with, 10 years, I worked with commercial movies with clothes and setups and things like that. Artifact, yeah.
Oh wow, for like costume design and stuff like that. Oh
exactly.
Wow, that's very interesting.
But it's close to it's how you see things, So it's very close when you're working with jewelry. It's how to put that thing there, and you get a balance. So it's really the same.
As with everything else, you have to understand that that's what people want. Your perspective, so you can. I mean, it's all like technical pictures, in the end, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's also, you have this, it's always something, when you do it right, it's be like, wow, and it's just a little bit turn, and it's like,
There's always a difference, and it takes that eye, you have to know, and that's why there are jobs for that, or else we would be lost. Anyway, so the first time I saw you guys, I saw your page, and I was very interested, but the first thing that came to my mind, believe it or not, was How does this come to be? How does this idea of, I'm gonna go sail and make jewelry on a boat?
We have to do something.
You have to do something.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been the first thing that popped into your mind.
No, we were living more normal life. Okay, we have been always doing things a little bit crazy, I think. We moved from Stockholm and we moved to a big house in the south of Sweden, and we started up both the jewelry shop again, but also a pub.
Pub?
Yeah,
and it's what you mentioned, yes.
It was what do you call it? Football pub. We don't like football.
But you knew there was people like football, so they would come.
Yeah, and they asked us, why? You don't like football? No, we like ice hockey. We are from Sweden. And they were like, yeah, but it's the people, you meet people. So we did it very, very good because they like our food, and we were really, it's a world's smallest Celtic bar. It's very, very funny. But then we saw, the sad thing is about death, because our closest friend, he died, and other friends died, and we were like, my God, why is this happening? It's so, they are healthy people, and then it just go like that. And we were like, we always wanted to sail around and living on a boat. And then we say, we have to do this now, we can't wait.
You can't wait, because I'm 20 something years old, and I live that way. I try to live that way because we don't know. You can't ever know when it's gonna come for you. It's one of those things.
Yeah. So we did it in the other way. Don't wait for it and see. A lot of people do that. They wait till they get in pension, and
Retired,
65, retired, and then suddenly maybe things change and you get sick and things like that. So we say, well, what the heck? We drop everything, we sell everything, we do it now.
It's very
for
nice.
Real.
Sometimes you mentioned waiting for those things. Other things that I am so sorry.
No, it's no problem.
There we go.
Okay. So normally people will wait. People will wait for retirement, people wait for things. Sometimes they'll wait for tragedy, sometimes they'll wait for something that will change their lives. But you just changed your life.
Yeah.
You did it. You didn't wait for anything. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And it was really so, because we have been talking about it, we have a smaller sailboat, so we love to live on this ocean. So it's not a sailboat, you need to know some things.
Yeah, I would think to avoid dying, you would need to know a lot of stuff. So who is are you the sailor? Are you both? Okay, you're the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Sometimes when you're not sleeping.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, and so you thought we're gonna live on the water, but I want to continue doing the jewelry. How did that connection? It never left your mind to ever stop doing jewelry?
No, because it's been all my life, and I always, if I don't make jewelry, I'm making food that are very good or look like jewelry, or I always, it's
creating.
Yeah, you have to do it, and it was the way to do it, we think, but we didn't really know it's gonna work out because it's a little bit tiny in space and everything. But I'm thinking that, and it's good for me also to do it. I had to take the size down. It's I think from Italian artist on the Giacometti. He wanted always to do
Everything large.
Yeah, and he always turned out to do tiny things. So it's so fantastic. I always been doing big things, but now I had to take it down. But still, it's the same.
You can do big,
process.
Small things.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, but now you can wear the jewelry. Before you could wear
now it's more
really big.
Extravagant.
Art. Yeah.
Yes. It was. It's still art.
Yes, it's still art.
Yeah, but before it was only for exhibitions, more or less.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's for people.
Yeah.
People, and you guys seem to be very interested in people, so that's gotta be nice. Keeping that connection more, smaller.
Yeah.
Yes. So this small thing, it's kind of a theme now. You live in a smaller space. How was it going? I don't know how big your home was before, but I imagine it was larger than this.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes.
I've shared a living space with someone on some level all my life, and I know there can always be friction. There's just whenever two objects come too close together, they rub against each other and they create friction, and sometimes it can be problems. How do you guys handle stuff here? Do you guys fare well most of the time?
I go to the pub.
Always keep alcohol nearby.
No, but it's so interesting because, of course, you're thinking about that, but we have worked together before, very close. When you have a pub, you have to do things all the time and discussion. It's all from the money to the menu and to the working. But still, it's very tight. But when you are sailing, it's like you're fighting, it's like a combat. You are fighting together two. It's the weather, the wind, the storm, whatever it is. You have to go together and do it in a combat. Then it can be friction when you go on land, because it's like, what are you doing? What are you saying? No, so when you're sailing out, it's like, we are unit like
on
this.
a mission.
Yeah.
Yes, so the fact that there is, at least when you're in the water, there's a clear mission of staying alive and being well, that keeps you from fighting at least, right?
And it's interesting because you can't do it on the ocean. You have to be like that.
So we'll leave things there. I will be sharing the rest of the conversation, of course. I just love that last analogy. Right now, with everything that's happening with the global pandemic that we're facing, I think we've been giving a really good opportunity to act as a unit and try to work this thing out. We're not doing so great, obviously. You know, right now here in Spain, they've shut down the country, and you kind of get to see kind of what we're capable of kind of working together and making sure that we achieve this goal that we have. I mean, obviously, if it weren't against the law to go outside, people would probably be going outside. So in that sense, it's probably not a huge achievement, but it's nice to see it. It's nice to see what we're capable of. We can always do better. People have been talking about, like, oh my God, like, everybody's freaking out with this freaking thing that, it's not even that big of a deal. Like, yes, of course it's a big deal because people are dying, but people are dying every day. People are starving. There are so many issues that we have as a society, worldwide. And we rarely give enough of a shit about anything. It's a good time to reflect on everything. I hate to say that nothing is probably going to change, but it's a good way to look at things. We are a unit. We are one world, one people, and we could, if we realize how serious everything is, because at the end of the day, if anything is taking people's lives, then it's very serious. And that should be enough for us to kind of take a moment, stop what we're doing, and fix it, and then go back. It's most of the problems that we have today as a society are fairly easy to take care of. It's just a matter of everyone just stopping, fixing it, and then going back. But we're not going to ask for too much, obviously. Everyone's got something going on. Anyway, that's it. That's it for today. Subscribe, because there's more coming. And then there's hang tight. There's like a little life hack at the end of this. So until next time.